on Thursday, some of you remember, some of you don't, we were talking about discounts that vendors give to customers. And today is all about trade discounts. So trade discounts are between the wholesaler and the retailer. So wholesalers sell things in bulk, retailers actually sell things to customers. So there's a couple of different ways that you can make trade discounts. I have to get an Apple Pencil. Be right back. Can I see it? Very nice. Very nice photo. You are so smart.
This simple response is nice.
Yes. Yes.
You know how old those airplane things from where you know how to walk straight.
Okay. Like I was saying, the first thing we're looking at is series discounts. This is the harder of the two methods. Do we have three methods? I believe we just have two. Okay. So if you look at example 1, this is a really odd way of calculating a discount, and I don't know who came up with it, but it definitely is a lot like depreciation, where you can't really skip steps. You have to do every single step, write it all down in order to get the correct answer. So the way that it's going to be stated is in 3 percentages. So if you look at example 1, this one is stated as 25, 10, and 5. So you have to take each of those discounts one at a time while decreasing your list price. It is a lot like depreciation, I think. So let me write this down. Okay, so it will be listed as percent, comma, percent, comma, percent, and each percent reduces list price. Okay, so if we look at example 1, it says a display case is $2,100 less 25, 10, and 5%. Find the invoice price and the amount of the trade discount. So you take that list price and subtract the first discount, and you get a remainder. With that remainder, you take the second discount of 10% to get the second remainder. With that second remainder, you multiply that by the third percentage, and you get the third remainder. The third remainder is your answer for how much you're going to pay after all these discounts. To find the discount amount, it's the difference between the original price and the price you're actually paying. Sounds like depreciation, yeah? Sort of? Okay. All right, so it says A. What is the invoice price and the amount of discount for a kitchen cabinet that has a list price of $260? So we're going to take $260. We're going to subtract out the first percentage of 30%. Okay, so what is 30% of $260? 78? Okay. Did you check in at the office?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
So tired.
So we have a remainder of $182. What's my next discount percentage?
20%.
20%. Okay, so 20% of 182, not of 260. We're done with that number.
36.4.
36.4. So we have a second remainder of 145.60, and our last percentage is how much?
1456.
10%, 14.56. Okay, so my last remainder, 6 minus 14, 131.04. So what is this amount, 131.04? What is that?
Discounted price.
The discounted price that you're going to pay. Okay, And then to find the discount amount, we're gonna take 260 minus 131.04.
$128.96.
Okay? So even though our total discount was 60%, when you take it in a series discount, you get less than that as the discount, just barely. Well, not barely. 60% of 260 would be 156. So you get less of a discount by doing it this way. So it saves the wholesalers money. Any questions on this method? It's a weird one, but just treat it like depreciation. Okay, the next method is the single discount equivalent. So this is the shortcut. Okay, if you buy regularly from one vendor and always receive the same discount series, you can calculate the invoice price faster by using a single discount that is equivalent to the series discount. So instead of it taking it step by step by step, you can get the single discount equivalent. There are 3 ways to figure this out. Some of them are harder than others. So if you look at page 434, see how it has A, B, and C? These are the 3 different methods to figure out your single discount equivalent. And the point of the single discount equivalent is to avoid all of this work, to just find one percentage that you could then use. So, method 1, the percent method. Okay, to find the single discount equivalent for a series discount of 20%, 10%, and 10%, follow these steps. So you take the list percent, which is always 100%. From that, you subtract out the first discount percent. Okay, so in this case, it is 20%. So you get how much? 80. Okay.
And you subtract the second.
Sort of. So look at the example here. I'm just making sure I say it right. So the second discount, this is the hardest method. Method 3 is my favorite. So you get this first remainder. We have 80%. So then you have to take the second discount percentage of the remainder. So in this case, what is 10% of 80%? 8%. Okay, look at the example
It's
here.
just the percent of a percent.
Yes, it's the percent of the remainder. The discount of the remainder. So times the remainder. Okay, so in this case, it would be 10% of 80%, which is 8%. This method is the worst, and they never really force you to use it too much, so don't panic. Okay, so then what's my next remainder? 72%.
72, yeah.
Okay, so then we're going to do again the discount percentage times the remainder percentage. So in this case, it would be 10% of 72%. And what is that? 7.2. Okay, we're subtracting that. So what are we left with? 64.8%. Okay. So then this is your invoice price. So this is the amount that you actually have to pay, your discounted price. And you just multiply that by the list price, and that gives you the discount price. Method 1 is the hardest. Method 2 is a table. Okay, so with method 2, you just go to the table. So if we're still looking at 20%, 10%, and 10%, we have to match up our percentages on this table. So we would go to 10% and 10%, and then over to 20%. 0.648. Same answer, 648. Okay, the only tricky part about the table is sometimes the first two numbers are on the rate. Sometimes it's the second two numbers. It just kind of depends. Okay, but the table's pretty easy too. Okay, so if I said 10% and 5% and 5%, what would be your single discount equivalent? Yes, 0.81225.
Just look at the table, man.
Okay, and the last method is the complement method. This one is my favorite method because you don't have to like go back to the table and look. You can just kind of do it in your head. So step 1, you find the complements to all of the different discounts. So what is the complement of 20%? 80%. What is the complement of 10%? 90%. And the complement of the second 10% is also 90%. So to find the single discount equivalent, all we do is take 0.80 times 0.90 times 0.90, and what do we get? .648. 64.8%. Same number across the board using all 3 different methods. Complement method's the best, right? Yeah. It's even easier than the table, for sure. But let's go ahead and do, let's do C, D, and E just to make sure that you fully understand it. So I'm going to kind of do it to the side. So hold on, let me erase a few things. Okay, so let's look at C. Using the percent method, let's find the discount amount and the discount price for a series of discounts of 20%, 10%, 5%. So what is the list percentage always? 100%, okay? What is my first series discount?
20.
20. So I'm left with 80%,
Then 10.
okay? Then we're going to do the discount percentage times the remainder. So we have 10% of 80%. How much is that?
8.
8%. So I'm left with 72%. And then the last percentage is 5%. So we're going to take 5% of 72%. 3.6%, yeah, 3.6%. So my single discount equivalent is
68.4%.
okay. So then I can take that and multiply it by my list price. So 900 times 0.684. So this is how much I'm going to pay. How much is the discount? Like 285? No?
Yes.
284.40. All right. Method 1 will definitely appear on the quiz. On the problems, you can use whatever method you want, but on the quiz, I tell you which method to use. Okay? So maybe practice just one time on the problems here. All right, next one, D, table method for A series discount of 30%, 5%, 5%. For a list price of $34.16. What is my single discount equivalent using the table? 0.63175. How much is that?
21.57.
Okay, so that's the discount price. How much is the discount amount? It's like
12.59.
okay. And the last method, my favorite method, the complement method for 10%, 25%, 5% with a list price of $12.80. So what is the complement of 10%?
90.
90. What is the complement for 25%?
75.
75%. And the complement for 5%?
95.
95. So 0.64125. And for this complement method to work, you do have to keep all of those numbers. Okay, so we take that times the list price of $12.80. $8.21.
Yep.
Okay, so then the discount is $4.59. Okay, any questions on any of those methods? Which one's your favorite?
Table.
The table is definitely.
The table?
easy. Yeah.
Yeah, the table's easy for sure. Sometimes I can't, like for instance, on E, it says 10%, 25%, and 5%. For me, that's a little tricky to find on the table because you kind of get them out of order. You end up with 25% at the top, even though it's in the middle of the series. You know what I mean? Yeah, so sometimes that throws me off, but yeah, you still get the same answer for sure. 0.64125. All right, but you can use any method you want on the problems. Just be aware that you need to know how to do all three for the quiz.
Whoa. Why not?
I know, terrible. Okay, let's go ahead and do
Yeah, 10 through 15.
7 through 23. You have about 35 minutes. I think you'll be okay.